Hello, welcome back to ReddyControls. PLC string secrets, concatenation made easy. Today, we'll show you the quickest way to join barcode fields in Studio 5000 for your MES and SCADA. In this video, we're going to deep dive into what a Studio 5000 concatenate instruction is. We will learn the basics of concat, and we will take a GS1 barcode example, and we'll use the concat to create a string that will make it easy to integrate into MES databases with a GTIN and a pipe and a lot and a pipe and an expiry date. And then we'll also look at the common pitfalls and tips that we need to use when we use concat. If you have not yet followed my previous video, we talked about using the find and mid instructions. If not, just follow the link which shows up on top of this video. What is a concat instruction? Concat instruction is a Studio 5000 instruction that adds ASCII characters to the end of a string. Here is the twist most engineers miss. Formatting matters more than data. If you change your delimiter and you make parsing and ignition or SQL effortlessly. So if you change your ignition and you make parsing and ignition or SQL effortlessly, I'll show you what is the go-to format and why it says ours. On a personal story, on our automotive line, our MES system kept rejecting material, and operators were scanning the GTIN lot and the serial number, but the tags never lined up in the database. One line on the concat instruction with a delimiter, with a pipe delimiter, dropped our parsing errors to 0. That day turned me into concat fan. What does concat do? Concat combines two strings together. As an example here, we have a string A with ready and string B with controls, and this concat instruction will just add source A plus source B, but it just combines them into one string, and the final string is ReddyControls, right? Let's look at the application of concat. If you have followed my previous video, we looked at the GS1 barcode, and the GS1 barcode has something called application identifiers, AIs. We looked at the barcode response, and we used the find instructions. I'm using a find instruction to find the application identifier 10, and similarly identifier 0 and 17, and knowing my length of the identifier, I added a 4 to all these instructions. And finally I used mid to extract the lot ID and stored it in GS1 lot. So in this barcode response, the characters after brackets 10, after 10 is a lot ID. So I got the lot ID by using the mid function, and I extracted the the GTIN number by using the mid instruction, and I also extracted GS1 expiry. But now if we had to pass this back to a database or to an ignition SCADA, we need to build a string with delimiters on it. So we'll try to do that here using an example. So we'll go ahead and insert a new rung, insert CONCAT, concat, okay. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the GTIN, which is source A, and then we want to create a pipe like a delimiter. So we'll go ahead and create a pipe delim as a new tag, right click, new, make it a string, create, and we could just open that one and use this pipe symbol. And now we want to put this into a destination string, like a temporary string. I just call it string 1, S1, and we go ahead and create new string 1, create, and assemble it. Okay, so if you look closely, all it did is it took the GTIN number and added a pipe at the end. Now we need to add to this S1, I could Control C, Control V this instruction. So we'll edit this rung, Control C, Control V, the same instruction. Now we're going to take this S1 to source A, and then we keep the same pipe delimiter and store. We take the S1, and then now we take we need the lot number, so GS1 lot. So we will concatenate that with GS1 underscore lot number, and then we store it into S2, one more temporary string. We right click, create new temporary string, and we'll go ahead and assemble that. And now we have a string which has If you monitor S2, we should have a string which has both the GTIN and a pipe and then the lot number. And we edit this rung again, we copy paste, same thing. Now we will take the S2 as the source, which has the lot number. We need to add a pipe to it, so we'll go ahead and do a pipe delimiter and store that into S3, which is a new temporary string, new string. And now we take S3 and add GS1 expiry, and S4 is one more string where we store the final concatenated string. So we'll create 2MES, a string called 2MES. So we'll just say new, let's put 2_MES, create, and we'll go ahead and assemble it. So if we go and look at this 2MES, monitor it, you could see the MES, 2MES string has lot ID, has the carton ID, GS1 carton ID, pipe lot ID, pipe expiry date. So that's how you use concatenation or concat instruction. And now you could publish this with a OPC UA tag for ignition or factory talk, ME or SE, and store it in a H database. Some of the common pitfalls we need to ensure is make sure the total result string is long enough, because the limitation of the string is 82 characters. So ensure we're not going beyond 82. Make sure you understand have some logic to ensure the lot numbers and the serial numbers, they vary. Don't assume it as a fixed size. So whenever you are example, what I mean by that is when we are extracting everything, we know how long is the expiry date. For example, we were extracting using mid, we were pulling 6 characters, a quantity of 6 characters from the start of the expiry start position, right? If this expiry length for whatever reason is 7, then we will miss it out. So add some conditions when you are concatenating, like if you know the fixed lengths, just put a condition before we concatenate. For example, let's say here, Control C, and I'll explain you what that one means. So we'll just go ahead and Control X that one. Yes. And then let's use a new line here, Control V. So what I mean is we know the expiry date should be 6 characters, so we'll just put a instruction like EQ equal to, Control C, just do a compare EQ, we just put that here, and we want to make sure the GS1 expiry dot length is equal to 6 before we concat, right? So basic logic like that, you could build it based on your application, but ensure that you have some checks and balances to handle conditions where if expiry date for whatever reason is, shorter or longer. I think that's yeah, that's how you use the concat instruction. How are you formatting product identity for your MES? Drop your best pattern below. I'll feature it in one of my follow-up videos. If you like content like this, please share and subscribe and comment, and use the comments to let me know the feedback. And in the next video I'm working on for you is two instructions, the string length and truncate are the two next instructions that will help you understand finding out the length of the string and also detect overflows and sanitize input from scanners. Until then, see you in the next video.